Are Magic the Gathering players funny? Welcome back to another month of MTG Meme Review, the series where we go on to r/Magic the Circle Jerking, look at the top memes of the month, and see what we got. Is it funny? Is it not? Let's get started. Who is this guy? Can he be trusted? No. Admit it. This is how it feels. How it feels to play Mirim. Red, green, blue. Sorcery. Do algebra. If you do, create 10 to the 10 to the 100 dragons and each opponent takes a bazillion damage. If you control Roaming Throne, do calculus instead. The Lost Caverns of Strictly Better Cascade and a $30 card that goes in every commander deck ever built. How it feels to play Turgid. 1 black. Enchantment. Each opponent sacrifices their battlefield, hand, and will to live. Put all that shit on your field for free. Whenever your opponents would take a game action, instead, you do that. An MTG player's will to live is represented by a 0/0 incarnation. How it feels to play Kranko. Red, instant, create a fuck ton of 1/1 goblin tokens, then kill everyone with ETB triggers. Goblin decks like to think they're aggro, but they're just mono red combo. How it feels to play Grand Arbiter. White, blue, enchantment. You can only do like 2 things a turn. Your opponents can't do shit, no one can have fun. I'm gonna go have a blue Dovin Stacks Mill session tomorrow. You wanna join? It's gonna feel similar to playing against this deck. How it feels to play Atraxa. Green, white, blue, black enchantment. When this enchantment enters, you gain 4 life a few times, and then all your opponents lose the game like 5 turns from now. No one can attack you unless they sack their best thing, and you deal 4 lifelink damage to someone every turn. It's always that kind of Atraxa deck. How it feels to play Blue Farm. Oh god, it's CDH. You just outed yourself as a CDH player. Sorry, back to the mines. How it feels to play Blue Farm. White, blue, black, red. Enchantment. When your opponents do a thing, draw a card and make a treasure unless they jerk you off. Reminder that you have to ask this every time. Whenever your opponents do a scary thing, no they don't. Once you take your 80th turn this game, do the Thoracle combo and win. Oh, high power. I see. And finally, how it feels to play Urza. Blue, instant. Put your hand, library, and penis onto the battlefield, then masturbate. You must keep stroking until you win the game through some basic bitch-ass combo. Urza players are just as degenerate as Urza himself. Literally, this whole post could just be avoided if y'all would just use Rule 0. My favorite commander? You haven't heard of it. And if I told you, you won't find it. It's a pretty underrated gem. And if you found it, you won't be able to pilot it. And even if you are able to pilot it, you'll just tell a bunch of newbies and they will just ruin it. Okay, fine. It's the Ur-Dragon. No, Chud Ur-Dragon, don't play into open mana. It's fine. Nothing ever interacts. 2015 Modern players bringing back their favorite deck. Combo Enjoyer. I don't understand. You didn't hold up mana for interaction. I should win right now. Gain 2 life. Yeah, Splinter Twin's in this weird spot where a lot of glue eaters from 2015 who refused to change the deck have just kept running with it. And turns out, 2015, not how you build decks anymore. True love. You're beautiful. I play Magic the Gathering. So true, like if you cry every time. So shaking up Modern is good now? When the Modern format is shaken up by new cards. When the Modern format is shaken up by old cards. Teehee. Yeah, so if you somehow missed it, there were a lot of unbannings in Modern, and while I still think they should have erred on the side of caution, for now, it's somewhat okay. In the LGS, straight up fogging it. Creatures be like, I'm gonna deal combat damage. No you won't, the fog is coming. Shout out to all my questing beast enjoyers in the chat. Best way to counter this card? You've been cut off. Please leave quietly and no one will know. It has been a pleasure to serve you, but it is time for you to leave for the night. Dovin's Veto's uncounterable, so like if you just hit him with a Dovin's Veto, maybe with Force backup, just to chump check it, I think you're in a really, really good spot. Does this interaction work the way I hope it works? Oh my god, it's Nettle Drone and he's got shoes with Expedite. It kinda lines up, I guess. It could line up a little better. I thought we left these in the past. The One Ring doesn't protect itself and dies to removal. The One Ring ban is no surprise, although I don't really see a reason to ban it. The card essentially just saves you for a turn, like a fog effect. It's good because it's colorless and gave all decks access to some form of protection and card draw. It makes sense that people would want to play with good cards in their decks, especially if they're this flexible. And the ring also dies to removal. It doesn't protect itself. Just saying. God, this reads like my One Ring section in my Unplayable Energy video. Market manipulation? You can't prove that. Oh boy, it's about Simic players. Every Simic deck list is exactly the same. Arena Brawl players. I'll have a green-based ramp deck with blue for extra turn spells. How original. And opponent concedes from boredom as my win con. Oh, daring today, aren't we? Why are you playing Brawl? You know that the online clients are there to destroy our sense of community and our LGSs. You are supposed to go in person and experience this exact thing, but with a living, breathing human being in front of you. So that when you're mad, you can go out, wait for them outside the store at closing, and just... All right, next up. Does anyone know a card similar to Harmonize but in blue? Oh, kind of. It's 1 mana cheaper. It's an instant Thirst for Knowledge. The only downside is you do have to discard an artifact card. You do have to discard 2 cards if you don't have one. So like, it's not as good as Harmonize, but like, it still kind of fills the role in blue. They just really haven't fleshed out the color enough with the card draw effects. My honest reaction to the unbans. Mox Opal is unbanned. Green Sun Zenith is unbanned. Faithless Looting is unbanned. Splinter Twin is unbanned. I got to assume that this is ironic. I would make this ironically. That's why I'm like hoping. If this is unironic, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Splinter Twin is unbanned. I'm not surprised there's quite a few of these. Again, it's a pretty big unbanning that has been talked about and memed about for years at this point, and they finally did it. I'm giving them a pass. They've earned it. Do you think this card should be banned in Commander? Commander Rules Committee. 2. It's Null Rod Retrain. Activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. R/Magic TCG, but you don't do anything. Rules Committee. No, we do nothing. Guys, in retrospect, I may have fucked up. The gift of prophecy is a curse. So lore-wise, players are planeswalkers, right? Hero's Downfall, destroy target creature, or planeswalker. Yes, you can win the game with it. I actually had a rules question about Baron von Count for this. Now, it doesn't say planeswalker, it specifically says destroy target player. And I asked a judge at an FNM, Judge, when I activate Baron von Count's ability to destroy target player, do I need to provide my own gun or will the store provide me with one instead? I never got an answer, so I always am packing open carry anytime I play Baron von Count just to make sure I don't get a rules infraction. Kasmina, enigmatic fraud. Meet potential woman. Just wait until we meet the rest of her secret order. Her focus dwarfs War of the Spark. Once we know her goals, she'll go crazy. Path of the Enigma. We were caught unprepared. If and when, but never is. Call her 007. 0 feats, 0 relevance, 7 extra planar threats left unchecked. Call upon my mysterious allies to wipe Nicol Bolas. Get stunned on by Lucas Pets and run away? Bingo. Such wasted potential, right? It's like, man, Wizards introduces this female character that fans are originally excited for and like, oh, she's powerful, she's part of this order, she does a lot of cool things, and then she runs away, doesn't do much, and is overall presented as weak. What did Wizards of the Coast mean by this? YouTube comments are good. Insert your favorite Magic the Gathering YouTuber here. Me. Put me in there. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the best limited cards from the newest set, as in the cards that are the best in draft or sealed. So to be clear, I don't mean any constructed, just draft or sealed. So these are the limited cards that are really good in the limited formats, draft or sealed, not construction. Like as a bomb, I mean that in the sense of draft or maybe sealed, like for pre-release. These may not necessarily be good or bad in constructed, but I'm just saying that they are really good in the various limited formats. Immediate first commenter. LMAO, how stupid do you have to be to think this card would be good in standard? I'm not even playing it in my commander decks. Nail on the head. Every time. You talk about a card in the context of anything, a deck in the context of anything. Most of my stuff, I tend to focus the context on modern. Oh God, a Canadian Highlander one broke containment. Oh, I love my stable formats. Reading all the changes. What's wrong with your formats, guys? Tandam players, KBPTL players, Canlander players. We did just get a recent points update with 8 changes, which like, I'm happy for, but like, what's wrong reading all the changes? What's wrong with your form? Reading all the changes, dude, you might want to take yourself out of this now. And that's gonna do it for this month of MTG Meme Review. Overall, it was a pretty all right month. There were quite a few low effort ones about the ban list update, but again, let them have their fun. Let them have their fun. It's been years in the making. They can have it. They can have it. There were some really funny ones that I liked otherwise, so overall, it was a pretty decent month, I'd say. Be sure to tune in next month for our next meme review to see what the community's come up with in their crazy, wacky, schizophrenic episode. So until next time, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.